Welcome to this series where we are playing Transport Fever 2. In this part, I want to do two things. The first thing I want to do is expand this factory here by creating some other demand. Because if I click consumers here, you'll see it's both 100%. Got an idea to do for that. And then in the second part, what we're going to do is work on improving our public transport networks down in some of the smaller towns in the other part of the map. Because what I want to do is start to grow those so that they will create additional demand as well. But before that, I just want to do one very quick fix, because if you watch the previous video, you'll be aware that I'll speed the game up actually. You will be aware that I was actually reconfigured this line, but it's still not really clearing out all the tools from this area here. Now I could add extra wagons, but as you can see here, we've got some pretty old trains. So if I come in here and say manage vehicles, you'll see that we've got a whole load of trains which are really bad. And these are Borzig, so they're a bit dated as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit the selected trains. In fact, the Borzig is no longer available. We've got the Presson here, but what I'd like to do is go up to 60 kilometers an hour for two reasons. One, that will give us more speed and more capacity on this line. And more importantly is that eventually we're going to be upgrading the passenger trains which share the same line. So what I want to do is actually get a compatible speed, because it's very important that if you've got a shared line, that all the trains operating on that line should match the speed of all the trains, if that makes sense. Do that there. We've got one more to do. Move this and add you there. So that's upgrades them all now to this PLM 1220, which has not only got more power, it's also got, more importantly, that key top speed. And if we click that now, certainly we just let the train run. What you'll see now is, so what we've actually done is by increasing the speed of the train and a bit more, giving it a bit more power, it should run along this line a lot faster. And what it should do then is carry more lumber from this area. Another small change I've made here actually is, if I watch this train come in as he comes in, I've actually moved the platform over to this side. And you can see we got 83 here. So, and this train can only carry 32 lumber. So hopefully the increased speed will give it more capacity for trains. So you can see the actual passenger trains running through as well. So that's the first thing we were going to do. Now, as I've already mentioned, what I want to do is increase the demand for food. Now, if I go down to, where is it? Cleaton or more. Here, this has actually got a demand for food. We've also got Onga over the back there, also wants food. So we got a bit of a natural progression here. Now, and we've also got an opportunity here as well, because if I come in here and we look at stain plate goods and I do manage line, what you'll see is that the moment we've got the train comes down from Stainford Port here to Immingham South carrying oil. But if I show you, if I can find a ship on the line going the other way, this one here, you see at the moment we're carrying 130 oil down through, but this is a 2-compartment ship. So what I can do is change the route so that we got Stainford Port there. What we're going to do is get it to call back in to this port here. So we're going to add this as a port here. And what that will do now, as you can see, it stops in on the way back, and then we're going to go to Stainford Port, which at the moment is loading oil. But we're going to leave you at 50%, but then we're going to go to Gainsborough Port here, which you can see at the moment just unloads. And we're going to tell it to load food, but only 50%, which is one of the cargo capacities of the ship itself. Instead of carrying a full cargo of oil, we will be able to bring food down to here. So what we need to do now is actually get a food line into Cleaton Moor. So if we look at Cleaton Moor, let's just have a quick look. It goes without saying that the food would be on the wrong side of the map. So don't really want the... So what we'll have to do is... this is going to be a bit tricky. I think we're going to have to come in this way. And so we're going to put in a drop-off point. Just get out of here. It's easier to see it sometimes when you're actually just on this map here. So if I put in a section there, maybe back a little bit about there, and what I'm going to do is street connection across the back like that, and then what we're going to need here is a depot, but I want to put it this way round close to the port, because we're going to have two routes from here. Now eventually what we might do is replace this with a train, but at the moment there's not really enough demand here for you could say multiple a rail network delivering. That will come later. So we'll come in here, review, put you there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to go straight to getting quite a lot of cargo space here from the get-go. And put you there. That. You in there. And there. What I'm going to do is run up to there. What are you? Oh, you're machine delivery. That's good. Oh, you're okay. I'll let you off. I think we're road up to there. So you, and then we're gonna run here across here like that, and we're gonna run like that. Now we're gonna create a line starting here. If I just put this in straight away, what you'll see is that this will come over this way. I don't want it coming that way. So what we're going to do is put in some waypoints. Put them one there, there. And if we pick up the route again, edit the route, we've got a little more central. Up into the waypoint, there it is. And I want you going that way. Sit there. So what we got now is the route will come up this way, and it won't actually go into the residential area. I'm going to rename you for you Cleator more. Actually, we'll call it Cleator Food Delivery. We've now got that there. Where's the nearest depot? Depot around here. Depot up there. So now, what is the demand for bread? 78. So we're coming here. But we need to buy these. We start with saying. Should we start with about 6? Start with, and we'll assign you to. This is just to get the demand created at the moment. If we go look at the Through here. We've got 56 at the moment. That's it. That's a good start. And you see we got the flow through here. Actually, I'm gonna change this a little bit. This is kind of circulating round, and what we'll do is we'll rubber platform there, and then we'll assign you to 1. That might make it a little bit better. No, it's still coming in round and up that way. So I think what we'll do is we'll change this. Yeah, I know there's no connection, but we're gonna fix this. Read access. I think we'll put you out that way. Remove view, and then you up. That's a little bit better because it kind of goes round that way and out that way. So we've now got this route here, but what we need now to do is connect up our food factory to the port in Gainsford. And we've got plenty of drop-off space here. Now comes the pickup point. How's the routes through here? We've got one route coming in like that, and we've got one route coming in like that. I think we can reconfigure this. We're going to put some, again, we're going to put some extra cargo space in, and we'll put a street access out that end like that. You up to there. What should happen now is these routes should, oops, he's got a kind of divvy-do round loop back type loop, and this guy's kind of doubling back on himself. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Right, we're going to change it again. Put in, because this one here is a drop-off point. What we're going to do is put you up out there. Due to there. And we'll remove you. Back, we'll get this and remove this. That's a far better flow. And he still got a little bit of a spin round because he's curving round and back. But what that means is we've now got a potential pickup point here for this route. So if I now create a new line from here, and what we need to do is go down to here, and you're going to be gains food to dock. That. Now the next thing I want to do is make sure that line is, yeah, let's go, let's make it, try and make it a bit more distinctive so we can see it. Nice deep red. I think we're separate, put you on terminal 3, so that hopefully that will, yeah, you've got a far better flow through the station because you're only dropping off, you're coming up round there. Yeah, I mean that's good because you won't go into Gainsford. Now what we need is some trucks here. get some covered holes. And we're going to start with 6. Allocate you to Gainsford, Boots, Docks. Of course, this line needs to be. Well, I don't want you on that one. We can change that straight away. Yeah, going on to Terminal 1. Hopefully that will. Yeah, he's kind of doing this big circly type thing, which is a bit of a pain in the neck, but he's got plenty of loading space here. So if we manage the line Gainsford West, wait until loaded, and 6 trucks will fit in there quite nicely. Now it's going to take a little while for the route to actually kind of settle down. Of course, we're going to need to get the demand through there. Just want to double check the Stainford route. Manage line, Stainford Port, Gainsborough Port actually is what I want. You're picking up food, and then you're coming down to Beaton Moor Port here, and whoops, no, it won't load anything here. You just unload the food. Unload food there. Go that way. Actually, if you've got half a cargo load, there's nothing. That gives us another opportunity to bring even more goods down to here. But it looks like we've already got too many goods here anyway. Okay, so we're going to need to work on that. Actually, yeah, but there's all sorts of bits where we need to polish things. So we've now got a line from here into port, but I don't think I actually set these guys to wait. Plain central loaded. Now the next thing I want to do is we're going to put some food into Onga, sorry. Well, this one's actually a little bit better because we've actually got the food is on. We can come into here. We're going to put a waypoint back that way. Now this is going to be quite a long route, but again, because Onga's so small, whoops, you can see here it's only got 190. And the demand is quite small. At the moment, all we're going to do is just use trucks. Then eventually, as I say, as the capacity builds, you always have this horrible color. Go for dark blue, and then add a station. And what I want you to do is come round that way. You will wait at central to be loaded again, and then come to here, by start with about eight on this line. And of course I haven't named the line yet, so where's the line number? There it is, line 1. I'm here, line 1, which line? Onga food delivery. And what we'll have to do is right, these have got separate platforms. a look at the flow through here now. A little bit convoluted, but we can live with that. You can go out that way. So if we can't build the platforms out this way, we can get that going. So let me just go back up to Gainsford. Where are you? Oh, Townstock. So we're now starting to get food coming into here. And if we click on here now, you should see that we've got 2 new consumers now. We've got Cleaton Moore and Onga. And eventually, once we've done the delivery, we'll get a stat for transport. And what that should do now is start to... So what this should do is start to increase the demand on here. Now, if the demand gets too much, we can ship some of those transport requirements to the other food factory. But then what we need to do at the moment is just try and build up some general work in that area. Now, the next thing I would like to do is build Cleaton Moore, because if I show you here, we sort by size. Cleaton Moore is actually bigger than Nuneaton. This town's got lots of potential. So what I want to do now is give this a bus route, because you can see at the moment it's got no public transport. So we're going to put in a bus route here. I seem to have put a large wide road in, but that's okay. So the first thing what we're going to do is take a look. We got a residential area there, an industrial area there. So what we got here is an opportunity for a little end-to-end route. We could probably come down here. In fact, if we never remember which one it is, you can see that the main line flow is around here. So we could start. In fact, we got a potential circular route here actually. I think that could work quite well. Also got quite a busy route going to Blandford Forum. We got quite a nice route here. We got 12, 12, 7, 20, 17 that way. Oh, we got, this is a little bit of an unexpected bonus. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with a just kind of kick to life type movement here. So I think we'll start. Problem is that I know a lot of people advocate end-to-end routes, but I actually quite like the idea of at least some kind of partially circular route. And then what we can do is run up to here and past the commercial area, maybe. Just put another look there. We'll put a and maybe another just there. Probably not going to be ideal. But we'll start with, we'll go one way. There. Up to there. And then you can just wrap around. Ooh, that's a little bit dramatic, but I think it'll be okay. And what we'll call you Cleator Local Bus. I mean, we could probably make it circular eventually. In fact, I'm just gonna put a waypoint in. I think not rail one. I think we're. But I want a waypoint, please. And we'll just edit the route again. Oops. the Park Avenue. What that will do is force the turnaround and shorten the route so we don't get that bit all the way down around there. Now, part of me says tram route. I must admit, I do like my trams. In fact, I think I will go tram route, the local. So go there. Have to upgrade the route. And we're gonna have to go that way, that way, that way. We're gonna have to run there. I think that should work as a tram route. Oops. Yeah, the game's happy. What should happen with the tram route is the tram should turn around earlier. And what we're going to do is we need a tram depot. So what we can do is just shove the tram depot out about here. We'll put you... Oops. Actually, what we will do is we got a little bit of a natural break here. Collision as well. Just on the end there. And we're going to buy 27. You're probably the smaller ones that we'll do to start with. They're probably, that one's 26, this one's 27. We're buying about, start with 4 of those. Assign you to. What that should do now, if we look at Cleveland more, you see we've now got a number of workplaces, shopping facilities. So that should start to work in that direction. Because we got this demand between Cleveland and well, we got demand up to Onaga as well. So I think what we can do now is we'll create a little bit of a long distance bus route now. Got this here. I think what we will do is we've got this bit of road stuck out here. So put another bus stop in, say about, actually we'll put it there. And then what we're going to do is get all the way out to and don't want it this one too much in the center of the route. I think we're you about there, and then we're create a new route. And we'll run you to here. Again, this is all about just building that demand up. Cleator to Blandford bus. Yeah. Because eventually what we will be able to do is once we've got demand, we can then actually put in the trains. By vehicles, and what we're going to do is get one of the a few of these buses. Start with 4, and we'll put you. Where's it? Cleator Blandford bus. So what that should do is start to create a connection here, which will then actually make things a little bit better here. Right, let's just have a look at Blandford, because I don't think Blandford's got any. It's got a little bit of creation now because we got the bus route. I think we'll start with. Pick you up. Let's have a quick look at what Blandford looks like. You've got quite a main route through here, up and backwards and forwards here. You've actually got not much of a route to. I think that goes to Nuneaton. I mean, eventually we could have a rail line from Nuneaton to Blandford to Cleaton Moor and then up to Ongar, with possibly a link through to there. In fact, I've just had another idea, but we're going to go back to Blandford. Let's have a look at our... Yes, we got a residential area here running up. You've actually got... This is a bit of a hodgepodge. So, I don't... How's the population here? It's only, Blandford's only got a population of 148. So, we can't really justify... So, I think what we'll have is a bit of a linear line here. And we're quite literally just... Maybe we're... This is the commercial zone, so maybe we're just put a little bit of a short little loop route here. Start there, run you up to there, there. For you, Blandford. Local bus. And we need a where's the nearest stop? There it is. And again, what we'll do is we'll just run about three of these around. Actually, start with 2 because it's not that busiest. What that should do now is, eventually as this takes effect, what this should do is start to get this to grow. Have a look at Cleaton Moor, sorry. See, we're now getting food coming into Cleaton Moor. And the demand is 81. So what we need to do now is just manage these vehicles a bit. Because we need now to do the fly mathematics. 79, one more. It's a bit over the top, but that's okay. Now, are we supplying any food to Ongar? No food to Ongar yet, that's okay. Now, what we need to get now is back up to Gainsborough. Because, sorry. Just come into here now and see what the demand for consumers is saying. Ongar needs 54, Cleaton Moor, so we need about 160 on this line now. Gainsborough food stock line. At the moment is 40, this is 41, so what we need to do is plug this in. 82, probably not enough, so we're going to clone again. 124, and what we should do now is start to get more trucks into here, and then eventually this will settle down. We'll get more food flowing down to here. Got here. Yeah, see, we're not getting the food here at the moment, but that's okay. It will settle the line down. What's this ship? See, this ship has got 13 food on it, so we need to build this up. So we've now got this area here, and The next thing I just want to do is a quick little bit of a check over here. I want to see, you can see now, if you look here, you'll see that this line now, these are emptying out, which means that we should look at consumers here. It's 175. Now, what we need to make sure is our extra productivity is not actually having an impact on our, yeah, we got a problem here. All developing. Now, remember, here we are shipping both goods and tools. So what we need to do is come into here. We've got 177 plus 61, so we need about a load dispensation on about 140 on this line, which is we're probably nowhere near. We've got 179 here, but I don't really feel that we're doing this line justice, so cloning some more. And this is kind of maxing out, so we need to start moving a lot more of these goods. See, because the more goods we move, the more I will grow. You can see Clayton Moore now demands tools. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Clayton Moore now demands fuel. Okay, so Clayton Moore is now actually expanded. So if we go back to statistics, actually, station statistics could be quite useful. Not. Let me just see. We are going. Having a quick look down to see if we've got anything that's being fully overloaded, but we seem to be okay. So now Clayton Moore now has a demand for tools. Now we do produce tools over here, but at the moment you can see Immingham's not getting its full whack. Now let me just have a look here. Okay, we got this here. I want to look at our train lines. Okay, I think what we need to do here is a little bit of an upgrade, I think. Although looks like we might be on the new trains. We just no, I don't want to clone them. I want to maintain them. So at the moment we've got this. What train are we running here? BR53 process, which is this one, which is only 50 kilometers an hour. We got some new trains here. Also got a new, which is capable of 100 kilometers an hour. Wow. Okay. You carry 14. I don't know how many of these you got. Right, let's just do a bit of an experiment. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we carry 66 passengers. So I go 1, move you. I put 4 of these in. 2, 3, 4. Let's do a quick modify. That's still only 56 passengers. Okay, it's just I think we're one more of those. Actually, let's just go for it, guys. Add another box car, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the PLM on here as well. In fact, we're gonna do the whole lot. We're gonna go to 5 of these. We got 6. 2, 3, 4. We're gonna put the wagons on passenger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're cargo, and we'll add the gondola. I want a boxcar, and again we'll just change the steam train PLM. This is slightly speculative. What happened there? 2, 3, 5. Passenger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cargo. Okay, I'm just going to modify these. What we got here? Oh, this train is. Well, might have a problem here with. So we can now carry 40 tools, and we've got a capacity for 70 passengers. So just follow the train. And of course, this train will have a higher top speed of, I think it's 60 kilometers an hour. And what that should do is move more tools down to Immingham. And eventually, as we grow the population, we will get more passengers coming into line. The line here. We'll probably do an extra platform here as well. So you should offload the 40 tools. That makes us a little bit of cash. Then come. And then you will go on to Immingham, more capacity for passengers. So we might have a few more passengers in this area. So we've got that. We've got 25 passengers to go back the other way. Okay. Right. Hopefully that will solve Immingham's problem. See what else. Look at what Immingham's got. Like Immingham might have a bit of a what we do need to do is right. We've got a problem here as well. Configure cargo. Looks like we've got a bit of a problem here with actually the vehicle. So how much does Immingham need? Need 66. What's the capacity on the line here? Oh, we're still stuck with the. Okay, 38, that's no good whatsoever. So replace you with 71. Is that enough? Yep, that's a little bit of over capacity. We got a demand for 74 materials. What's the line capacity is 64. Okay, I think it's time to upgrade this line. Get rid of these little. Actually, yeah, we'll just upgrade this here. Replace. I think this one actually, we just need these trucks. That takes the rate to 90. It is over the top. So what we need to do is come back here, balance this route now. I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of all the 5 wagons and then we'll just sell those. That brings you back to 62, which is not quite enough. So what we need to do is we're owning the bows. That's 76. We're adding a couple of extras on for growth as well. What that should do now is actually help with that. That would also increase a little bit of demand on this area here, because you can see at the moment we're only supplying Immingham. Now we've got a demand up here for 127 materials, but this would be a long haul for a truck, and I'm not quite ready yet to get the train going here. Wow, we got here loading some extra buses on that route so that we can get that demand going. Now if we come back to Cleaton Moor, food, we see we've got a very tiny amount of demand for tools and fuel at the moment, which I don't really want to deal with in this part. We are building up our supply now. It says 75. So what's their demand? 29. What we're going to do now is capacity food here. That we're get a little bit higher. What that should do is hopefully start to grow Onga here. See, it's now 221, target 224. And more is 37. So what we're going to do now is just to take a quick look at the routes again. That's street traffic. Oops, wrong one. So we do have a demand route up here between Onga and Cleaton Moor as well. So what I'm going to do is just very quickly pop in a pickup point about there, and just run you smack bang. I mean, that will just connect the two together, and call you Vitor to Onga. That's okay. We're just going to more the long kind of past a long distance-y. It's quite a long route, so start with about 10. There's it. What that will do is start to push this out, and we'll get people traveling between that. That will help Cleaton Moor grow a bit bigger, and that come there. Although I am thinking we've got a natural line through here, but we could run station here. We could come across. Wow, was this a very long way? I'm kind of thinking. What's the terrain here? It's a great big mound here. It's not good, but we could come round the back of it and actually contours. Almost like there's a dip there. We could flatten this out. Just see. That road. No one's going to complain about that road. There's free road there. Move tool, power tool, base tool, pattern tool, bit of strength. Get rid of you. Just smooth away this bit here. Back on. Gonna do a little bit of high level. Get rid of this hill. Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, smooth. So what that should now open up the possibility. Let's clear to more. If we say we put a train station, should we put it some distance outside of town? We might be able to get this to grow a little bit better. So say we put a train station there. And it's going to be a very long route, but if we design this right, it could provide an opportunity for transport route as well. We're going to put a station there. I know it seems incongruous, but and we've got that station there. So, right, let's do this first. What we're going to do is we've got this road stuck here. I'm going to try to think. I put the station right up there. I think I've got an opportunity here. We're just going to trim this back there, and then we're going to pick a road up here. I'm going to go with a large street. I'm going to pick up from here. I'm going to gain some altitude. No, maybe not quite so quickly. From there. Not going to be high enough to cross this river without we've got a span in the center. That's actually coming quite nicely. Need to drop down. So, yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll put a there. Solution. What that will mean is that we will have a connection from Erith here to the train station there. And what I want to do now, what we're going to do now is we're going to run a passenger train from here, Erith, to Beaton Moor. It's probably going to have to run at a loss for a little while, but I think it'll be fine. I think we can make it work. So, working ahead, and closing down. Yes, thank you, game. So, right, we need. Where are we? Oh, wrong bridge. We've got to get under this bridge. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is put a section of track here. Why is that electrified? Don't know how that happened. No, wait, cancel. You need a section of track under there. I'd like to keep this over 100 kilometers an hour, if possible. Gonna get a bit tricky. 106, 120. I think we should be able to do into there. Okay, so a bit. I think we could come to about there. We can do the signals. It's not going to be that fast off of that line there, but that's okay. This will get round here. Kind of curve round. You can come to there. Actually, do the station. I think we're configure the station here. Tracks. And I want potential through a few. Thank you, game. Autosave. I want the potential for a through line here for faster express trains. Work. Okay. What to do is connect you to that line there, and from the get-go we're going to connect you to there. And you can, this is now connected to there. We've got quite a long line here. In the short term, I think for this part we're just going to connect up Erith here. Now I could extend this line here, in fact I could, but I don't really like the idea of 3 trains here. So what we're going to do is create a little short line from here. So if we come in here, we get Stamford branch to Erith and back. So we call this, for the moment, we'll call this Erith branch line. That. What we'll do is we'll just pick this platform. You're on platform 1, that's good. You've got the inner side on that one, so that's good. And then we're, well, this train's going to be a long way away. We're going to buy a steam train. We're buying one of these, and we're get 2, 3 there just to get started. We're going to add you to Erith branch line. Just to finish the video off, what we're going to do now is we're going to create a little route in here in Erith. So that's not bad actually, because we've got the residential. We could quite literally run for a okay. What we so we're going to start up here. Put a prop here. Okay, we can expand this later on if we need to. And then you're going to come to put you there. You can run there, put you on the commercial routes, and put you there. Let's run a little short line through there, 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 back to there, and up to there. We'll call this Erith local bus. And we'll start with those. Assign you to local bus. What that will do is generate some passengers to and from here. And here comes our little train. He's gonna lose money to start with, but his sole job is to generate some interest in Erith, because Erith is only 153. So it's going to take a little while to get this up and running. And then as this actually develops, so you can see at the moment we've got nobody interested in going to Erith. But in the next part, what we'll do is we will extend this route out to what we call it, Fleetmore, over here. So that effectively what we'll have here is another route here. In fact, we'll just put the road connection in, just so I can remember. I think we're just use proper streets here. Because Fleetmore is a little bit more off the top. Back to what we will do is get that circuit going there. So what that will do is give us a nice loop round here, take people to this station, and that will allow us to develop the line even more. In fact, what we'll probably do is extend the tram line out so that we've got a bit of a delivery line to there. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.